What's up, guys? No drink today, but I am wearing a Dr. Pepper shirt. But I wanted to go ahead and sort of do an intro to a little series I'm going to be doing soon. I'm going to be doing a series of 80s horror reviews, just sort of based on a list that I found. Well, a list I actually made based on other lists that I found on the internet. These are the best horror movies of the 1980s. I just decided I would make a 100 list of them, just look and see what the internet said. I agree with some, I disagree with others, but regardless, one thing I do want to start off with is a review of David Cronenberg films. Gonna adjust you a little bit here. But gonna do a review of David Cronenberg films. And I figured I'd start out with this double feature. I've never been a big fan of David Cronenberg myself. Maybe it's that he's just not very accessible, and so I've never properly gotten into him. Maybe it's that he's got this sort of very heavy-handed worldview that is really shoved into a lot of his films, and I don't really necessarily agree with that. Maybe it's because a lot of his films have some fairly graphic nudity, and, you know, I'm not really into that either. So I haven't really properly accessed those movies. But there are two that I own, and I decided to sort of put aside a lot of the preconceived notions about these movies that I have seen in the past. Sorry about that, adjusting and everything back and forth. But I'm going to do a double feature review. Hopefully it'll be finished today, of The Dead Zone and The Fly. These are the two double features. These are the two David Cronenberg movies that I own. I am a fan of both of them, I'll give you that much. I kind of enjoy both, but I haven't watched them in a long time, especially The Fly. And The Dead Zone is, you know, it's kind of long and a little, to me, a little boring. But I'd like to give both of them a rewatch because I do remember them being good movies, but I kind of want to put all preconceived notions aside and just review these two movies for you guys as sort of a reintroduction to David Cronenberg for myself, and as a beginning in this series of 80s horror reviews, because Cronenberg is one of the more prolific directors of the 1980s, not quite as prolific as Carpenter or Craven, but he does have a lot of stuff out there from the 1980s. I'm talking Scanners and Videodrome, Dead Zone, The Fly, Dead Ringers, some stuff like that. There's a lot of that stuff that comes out in the late 70s and early 80s that is supposedly really good. I've only watched a little bit of Scanners once before, only watched Videodrome once, but I really don't have access to it. These are the only two that I actually own, and I figured I would go ahead and give them a try, just so I could, you know, reintroduce myself to Cronenberg, see if the experience is better than it has been in the past. So, I'll be doing that today. I'll see you guys in the next video. We will be looking first at Stephen King's The Dead Zone. Bye-bye.